Thank you for that introduction. It's, I think, 25 years down the line, I don't do what I don't want to do. I don't do what I have to do. And it's always been that way, my choice of films, the foundations I've opened. And it's a real pleasure to be here. Most people mean 10% of what they say when they say it's a real pleasure to be in places. But it's a real pleasure to be here because I want to be here. I'm happy to have done what I've done. You should know this, that before Sumit and his team at Edelweiss Tokyo, and before Pallavi and her team at the Mohan Foundation, Dr. Shroff, I had been approached by a friend whose husband had benefited from a live liver donation. And so she championed the cause, and there was a function organized by CII, Pallavi by CII, that Mohan Foundation was a part of about a month ago. And I pledged my organs there and then. Let me explain to you why. I think today in India, most people want to give back something to society. Most people are aware that if they cross the road, the levels of poverty, pain, discrimination, and sorrow are nothing compared to what they are going through. You just have to cross the road in India. And there is something that stays with us like a hook in our head and our heart, that is there anything I can do? And most of us wonder, what can I do? And even if I can do something, who do I give it to? And will it be used properly? And all these are the very natural questions to anybody who decides to start giving back. So there are three ways in which a human being can give back to society. One, your time. Let's say that you're very poor, you're not very skilled, but you have lots of time. Well, all you have to do perhaps is to volunteer, and we can use your services to work in a langar, read books to the visually challenged. You don't need great skill for any of these things as long as you have time. The second way we can give back to society if you have no money and limited time is your skill. You're a fantastic footballer and you're busy playing all over the world, but can you give us 1 hour a year to teach 100 promising children? Yes, I can. So with the expertise that you hold, the skill that you have, that's how you give back to society. Limited time and no money. And finally, I have lots of money. I don't have much skill. I'm just a businessman selling textiles. And I have very little time. So what I can give you is my money. Now I have to find which cause I would like to support. Invariably, what I always tell people who have money is go for a cause that's closest to your heart, that's closest to the environment of pain within you. Some people react very strongly to cancer because they lost a parent to cancer. For them, giving money for cancer is easier than giving money for the upkeep of stray dogs, which is also important, but not close to that person's environment of pain, so to speak. So there's time, there's skill, and there's money. But here's the thing about organ donation. It doesn't require anything. It doesn't require your time. It doesn't require your skill. It certainly doesn't require your money. All it requires for you to do actually is die. And that's going to happen to all of us sometime or the other. So the sacrifice quotient in this and only this I have encountered in my entire life is zero. I have to do nothing. I just have to, as we all will, sign a card and forget about it. And then the goodwill that you will gain after you're gone, and this is something that I'm going to be tweeting about today. All of us want to be remembered for the life that we led. We want to be remembered positively. We hope to be remembered positively. But think how we will be remembered if we actually gave life. Not in one way, as Sumit has pointed out, in 11 ways, to potentially 11 people. If those who believe in karma can understand the kind of good karma points you will collect at the end of your life. And I keep reiterating to everyone, you have to do nothing. This is not anything that requires you to compromise on your current lifestyle, even 1%. So what happens after? Dr. Shroff spoke very eloquently about this, is that, okay, I'm ready. Sumit, your research shows I'm ready to do it. What do I do? That first step we can make very simple. Okay, I've signed on. Now what do I do? What Dr. Shroff didn't tell you, which of course he speaks about and Pallavi speaks about a lot, is before you die, don't wait for counselors to come to your family after you die. You counsel your family before you die. Look, when this happens, this is what I want you to do. Number one, please, all religions preach for the goodness of the other. This is my religion. No matter which religion, formal religion I follow, the basic tenet of all religions is if you can help somebody, just do it right now. So that's the religion I follow. Second, when I die, I want you to ensure, and I want here, please see these photographs of people whose heart, liver, intestines, pancreas has been taken away. See the body. After that, it looks exactly the same. It looks exactly the same. Third, you might have a belief in the afterlife. I believe to have an afterlife, if at all it happens, glowing with the sense of good karma without an eye is better than to have an afterlife with both your eyes and you're damned to bad karma. If at all there is an afterlife. And finally, this is the way it has to be done. And we can spread this information later. Yes, there are only a few places, very skilled hospitals that are able to harvest your organs successfully. You cannot die in a tiny village somewhere in the center of India and expect your organs to be harvested overnight like this and used. That is a fact. So, dear family, if this is going to happen, and we can see it happening, I want to be in X, Y, Z, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, 4 places in close proximity so that this can be done. Because right now, as we speak today, I don't know, Dr. Shroff, how many places, below 20 perhaps in the country, which can actually have the skill and the doctors and the facilities to harvest your organs. And that 20 will become, inshallah, when the day we all go, maybe 200. But it still won't be 20,000. So where are those 20 or 200 places I can be at, where you should take me to as my family? Because if you believe in my last wish, this is it. This is the way I want to go. After this, the 7 or 8 people that my organs will go to, I won't be around, but certainly they will come to you. And there's some very powerful films on the internet where a man says, this is my daughter and she has your wife's eyes. And this is my father and he has your wife's heart. So all of that put together, I cannot see any reason why we would not do this. And I go back to my first point. There is no sacrifice involved here. It's only the most massive goodness and good wishes that you will get, literally, for doing nothing but what the biological process demands that will happen to us is one day that we'll go. Sumit, to your team at Edelweiss Tokyo, Gaurav, all of you who've done such a fantastic job turning this around so quickly, Pallavi, Dr. Shroff at the Mohan Foundation, and all the seminal work that you're doing to push this thing for the last 23 years. Dr. Mathur, thank you so much for all the coordination and the distribution challenges that we are facing. You have my support, without a doubt. I'm here. Organs have been pledged. And one day, hopefully, 7 people will thank my sister one day when it happens. But sign on. It's a no-brainer. Literally a no-brainer. Thanks.